and they view crypto as being just one gigantic, Ponzi scheme. Bitcoin has taken away from the value of gold. That's people are like, this is the new gold. They're not buying the physical stuff. Andrew, what is going on? How are you?
Stormy, how are you, man?
I'm doing all right. This is our third video that we are going to be recording today. And I wanted to talk about something that I was actually very surprised that you told me that you do every once in a while dabble in this, and that is cryptocurrency.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people in the stacking community, they believe that if you don't hold it, you don't own it. They've got this kind of old school view on precious metals with money, with currency, and they view crypto as being just one gigantic, Ponzi scheme. And I was very surprised that you said, oh yeah, you own some crypto and that you buy and sell some of it every once in a while. So I'm curious. Okay, first of all, what type of crypto are you
I own
buying
currently?
Yeah.
So, I do it. First of all, I used to accept it as payment on my website.
Okay.
I was doing that for a while.
Okay.
So I'm a little familiar with, particularly Bitcoin. I was accepting, but personally, I own XRP. I own Bitcoin Cash.
How about Ethereum?
No
Doge?
Ethereum. What else do I have? Litecoin.
Doge, the meme coins?
Dogecoin.
Oh, do you really?
A little bit. I'm talking a couple $1,000s.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy, too risky. But I don't know. They're here. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You'd be crazy not to invest in them. They've been pretty profitable the last couple of years if you catch them at the right time.
Yes. But what you just said, if you catch them at the right time.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's just like anything else. You can catch gold at the wrong time too.
Sure.
It's just like any investing in anything else. They're volatile. As hell.
Yes, that's one of the main, I think, concerns that people have is just the volatility.
So that's a problem I was having on my website. I'd accept it as payment, and it trades 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'd take a $250 payment. It'd be $242 when I check on it a couple hours later, and it was good means of exchange if you're cashing it out right away, and you're just using it as a means of exchange. But I wasn't trying to sit on it and play the market or anything. I do that with my personal stuff.
Okay.
But so cryptos are weird. They came onto the scene recently. They're the big craze. Everybody's into it. But I think I'm always a gold and silver guy. They've been here for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Thousands of years before crypto. They'll be here thousands of years afterwards.
Of course.
Bitcoin could rule the next 200-300 years. Crash, never be heard from again. Gold will be trading hundreds of years after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a trend that who knows how long it'll last.
Did you get into Dogecoin when it was just all over the place?
Yeah, absolutely. when my carpenter was here talking about it.
Okay. And do you still hold Dogecoin, or did you?
Yeah, I still have everything.
There was one guy who I think I don't know if you saw him. He was called the Dogecoin millionaire, where he sold everything that he had essentially. Cashed out his 401k and everything and put it all into Dogecoin, and then it shot up to $2.1 million bucks. But then some big YouTube channels, there's a channel called Graham Stephan and another one, Andre Jake. They're big finance type channels, 4 million and 3 million subscribers a piece, and they were telling this guy, they were interviewing him, they were like, you should sell it, and the guy's like, no, hodl, you gotta hold it, and I'm not selling it. And then it tanked. And then I think last I saw it was worth $800,000 or $700,000. I mean, it's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster. It's you gotta be patient with it, I guess. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't have it as my main investment.
Yeah.
It's something I play with. The money I put into that, like I said, a couple $1,000s. If it goes up a couple hundred, down a couple hundred,
it's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
So when do you decide to actually cash out? You're just going to let it just sit there because you said it's a small
probably
amount?
Probably going to build to it over time.
Okay. You're just going to keep adding?
But in particularly Bitcoin.
Yeah, because that's
I don't think it's not going anywhere. You might
right.
see more countries accept it in the future. It definitely, out of all of them, I definitely have the most confidence in that,
that's like the standard, right?
Yeah.
That's like the gold standard of crypto.
Definitely, I don't know if I'm buying Doge in the future. I stay away from stuff like that, but I could definitely see why Bitcoin's appealing to people. You know?
There have been a lot of I would say the debates on YouTube and everywhere about the people that are bullish on Bitcoin and that they're like big time ultra millionaire billionaires who buy and sell Bitcoin like crazy, and then you've got the gold guys, and they go up against one another every now and then, saying essentially that Bitcoin's fundamentals and all this stuff is essentially not sound, whereas gold has been around for thousands of years. And so there's been a lot of debates, but one thing that some people have said is that they feel that Bitcoin has taken away from the value of gold. That people are like, this is the new gold. They're not buying the physical stuff like you've got on your desk, that they're putting the money into Bitcoin now.
Yeah, no,
do you think that's true?
I've seen that money, people that invested in metals switch over to crypto. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say it crippled it, you know what I mean? But right. I've definitely seen some of that money go over,
Right.
It's appealing to the younger generations.
Yeah.
That I'm seeing. They're kind of like, I've noticed that kind of trend, that they kind of drift away from metals and they're into the cryptos. A lot of them I've seen also, they don't buy, the ones that do are interested in metals. They don't buy physical metal. They invest in GLD and SLV, and I guess it kind of has the same benefits, but not our generation and these older people, they want something they can hold in their hands.
Right. We're kind of we're towards the end of Gen X. We're actually my wife is in advertising, and we're actually part of a generation that's like a subgroup. It's actually like a 6-year span from 77 to 83. I forget the exact name of what we are, but essentially we're the last ones with old school technology and grew up with the old school technology, but also the first ones adopting the new technology, the internet and stuff like that. So we're kind of savvy. So we see the value in sort of like the physical silver and gold, but then we also see the value in crypto. Now, personally, I got into buying crypto as well, but I'm much too neurotic. I'm way too neurotic to just let things sit and forget about it. I'm checking it constantly throughout the day. And I cashed out of my position when I was up, and I'm glad I did, because then it actually plummeted a few days after. But personality trait, I just don't think I have the stomach to kind of just sit there and just let it ride. Another guy I know, he's got like 3 or 4 full Bitcoin, and he bought it really cheap and let it go all the way up to, it was like 66,000 at its high. I'm like, dude, sell it. What are you doing? Sell it. And he's like, no, it's going to go to like 300, 400,000. But I don't know. I haven't checked. What is it? Like 23, 28, something like that now.
Right.
But imagine, that's my point is though, imagine being that guy where you just like 2 weeks, 4 weeks prior, you were sitting at, each of your Bitcoin worth 66 grand, and now it's at 23 grand. I can't stomach it. You don't.
Timing.
All about timing.
All about timing.
I can't do it.
He could sell it to low, and it could go back to 60.
I know.
Months, you know what I mean? It's really that crazy.
So let me ask you this too, because this is one of the reasons I was glad I got out of crypto, and I talked about this recently on a live stream. Elon Musk would just say something, and he could totally change the trajectory of one of the cryptocurrencies. So for me, I remember I cashed out of my Bitcoin, and then 2 or 3 days later is when he said Tesla's no longer going to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment, and then you watched it tank. So does that scare you at all? How this entire, I guess, industry, this monetary means of exchange, it doesn't worry you that like one person can just say something and just totally change it?
It happens with a lot of things.
Okay.
The same thing happens to the gold markets when the Fed speaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I seen something recently. Kylie Jenner made a comment about a makeup company.
Okay.
That lost millions of dollars in the stock market that day. The stock tanked.
Right.
I think now like everything's just sensitive to information.
Could you imagine having that sort of
it's really crazy. Imagine I was like, hey, you know what? I don't like gold going in it, and it just causes the market to sell off.
Can you imagine?
What I mean? Yeah, no, and there's people that have influence like that now.
Yeah.
You know,
I the most influence I've ever seen is I showed a coin or something on like a live stream, like look how cool this is, and then like the business like sold 10 or 15 of them. But that's the reach that I've got, not to the point of millions and millions, but so you're going to continue building a position into crypto, which again, what I think is unique about you is I haven't really seen too many bullion dealers say that they own crypto. So
I own it all.
You own
it
all.
A little bit of crypto. I dabble a little bit in the stock market.
Okay.
And then I'm buying gold and silver. You know, it's that's another thing too. And at one time I had it all in metals, and this is how I learned to diversify. I'd have physical metal that I was buying. I'd have stocks in mining companies, GLD, SLV, and then I'd have my IRA in SLV and GLD, and then when the market went down, I lost all across the board and everything. At least now it's a little bit balanced. My IRA has nothing to do with metals.
Right.
I started doing the cryptos, which is something other than metals.
Yeah.
I try to keep those investments non-metal related.
Gotcha. Do you do day trading for fun every once in a while, like on like an E-Trade or a Robinhood or something? Or
TD Ameritrade, which recently switched over to Charles Schwab.
Okay.
But just here and there I add to positions. I'm going to start. I have something now personal. Like this is all personal, nothing to do with the business or anything. But I want to own a little bit of everything. I want to buy a little bit of Amazon, have Facebook. I want my portfolio to just be a little bit everything
across all the sectors.
Yeah, I talked earlier about about investing in AI.
Yeah,
it's another sector that's not going anywhere.
By the way,
definitely hot right now.
It's funny that you say that, because what people don't realize right now is you're completely AI generated. You're not even here. You're just
this is my avatar.
This is your avatar. I saw an article. It said it's like self-made billionaire or self-made millionaire talks about ways in which people can make money using AI. I showed you, I created just designs of these trading cards for my channel, and I've generated money just off of that. And all I had to do is type in a couple of prompts and it spits it out.
The scary thing, it's just the beginning.
I know.
They're going to take AI to really big levels.
Yes.
It's going to definitely affect the way we do everything.
Of course. I mean, I know, and I have friends who work for sports betting companies, and they were talking about how they're using AI now. Instead of hiring bloggers, they can pay for a license for AI and $1,000 for the year,
right,
and it just generates. You don't need the writers. So the job security is a major thing for some industries. New industries are going to grow from this, which we don't even know yet. So I think that's, I actually never even thought of investing in AI. And when you said that, I'm like, I never even thought of that. So now the stuff that you do with like your Charles Schwab accounts, do you do that on your own, or you have somebody that's...
No, I do it on my own.
You do it on your own?
Now it's so simple. You could you just click a button on your phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, I think there's something to be said again about, this discussion, is that people should not have all of their eggs in one basket. Don't invest only in precious metals. Have everything spread throughout, and again, it's refreshing that you have this point of view. It's a younger outlook on finances.
I meet them all. A lot of the older people only invest in physical assets they can hold.
Yeah.
Talking to them about stocks, cryptos, they don't want to hear any of that.
They don't want to bother with it. I hear you, man. Well, listen, I appreciate the time as always, guys. Check out Bayshore Bullion Exchange.com. I'm going to put the link in the description. Andrew, pleasure.
Good seeing you, man.
Later, buddy. Yeah.